At the beginning of the movie, we see Matthew, a boy who is in his last year of high school. Being sharp in studies, he was the student president and is preparing to get a scholarship for his higher education fees. Not only this, Matthew also arranges a $25,000 fund for Cambodian student Sam Nang so that he can come to the United States and complete his further studies. Wait a minute, what will you do knowing this? Because all these things are boring and pointless. And the same thing is going on in Matthew's mind, that he spent his whole life studying and becoming a good student, and has not done anything in his life till date that he remembered, or his life should be as interesting as the rest of the popular students in the school. Thinking about all these things, Matthew finally decides that regardless of every day, he will do all the things he wants to do so that he does not remain a loser. Matthew does not give up even after trying a lot. He tries his best to go against his nature. Meanwhile, one day a girl shifts next to Matthew's house, whose name was Danielle. After seeing, Matthew could not take his eyes off her. He even sees her changing clothes. Then Danielle sees Matthew and comes straight to his house, which makes him think that he is screwed. Danielle doesn't say anything to his mom and dad. She just came over to say hello as their new neighbors. But this case isn't as straightforward as it sounds. Danielle pretends to be decent to Matthew's mom and dad in order to get Matthew to go out with her by making an excuse that she needs help to see the surrounding places. Her plan works and she takes Matthew with her, but she takes Matthew in the middle of the way and drops him off the car and asks him to take off all his clothes because he saw her naked, so she also wants to take revenge by seeing him naked. Matthew has to take off his clothes after Danielle's torture, but Danielle doesn't accept that much. She leaves him on the road and runs away with his clothes, but she was a good person at heart. That's why she comes back after some time and both of them become friends now. Danielle learns that Matthew is one of those kids who hasn't done anything in his life. Then they both have a lot of fun together. This leads Matthew to believe that Danielle has become his best friend. Matthew then introduces Danielle to his two best friends, Tim and Eli, who are average just like him. Then all of them together go to a party, which was organized by Hunter, a famous student of their school who never gave any importance to Matthew. But seeing Matthew and Danielle together, he also gets shocked that how this useless got such a beautiful chick. Now as soon as Matthew realizes that he has fallen in love with Danielle, Eli brings a video and starts showing it. After watching, Matthew comes to know that Danielle is not an ordinary girl but a star. And not a movie star but a porn star. Seeing this, Matthew loses his mind and his heart breaks. Here Eli advises Matthew to be happy instead of sad because he can do whatever he wants with Danielle and she will not refuse. Matthew forgets his sorrow by obeying Eli and takes Danielle straight to a cheap hotel. And by the time his mind realizes it is too late, as Danielle gets very upset seeing his actions and breaking friendship with Matthew. She starts leaving from here. When Matthew tries to stop her, Danielle tells Matthew that she quit her job and wanted to start a new life. But now she realizes that she was wrong. Maybe a porn star can't live a normal life. Saying this, Danielle leaves from here. Matthew regrets his actions and decides he can't afford to lose Danielle. He goes to Danielle's house the very next day and apologizes to her and tells her everything in his heart. But now it was too late for all these things. Danielle has made up her mind to do her porn star job again, and for this her friend Kelly came to pick up Danielle. He was Danielle's producer. Before leaving, Kelly understands Matthew's problem and decides to lift his mood by picking up Matthew and his two friends Tim and Eli in a swanky car in front of the school. This increases their respect in front of everyone. After this, Kelly takes Matthew to a new place with him and has a lot of fun with the girls so that Matthew forgets Danielle. But this does not happen at all. As soon as Danielle leaves, Matthew's mind is only thinking about Danielle. When he can't live without her, he decides to go to Las Vegas and bring her back. And in this, Tim and Eli also get ready to go with him, because they are his friends who stay and support in every good and bad situation. When these people reach there, they are stunned to see the view because porn star convention is going on there. Here they meet the porn stars whom they had spent many nights seeing. Tim and Eli forget their purpose after seeing them. But Matthew's focus was on Danielle. He goes straight to Danielle and asks her to forgive himself. Matthew heartily explains to her that she was not made for this place and can still start her new life. Danielle starts getting emotional after hearing this from Matthew, and then Kelly takes Matthew away from Danielle and takes him alone, and says that he is becoming a bone in her throat. Seeing Kelly's behavior like this, Matthew asks him, "Why are you talking like this? Aren't we both friends?" Kelly says, "I am not your friend. I supported you so that you forget Danielle, and if Danielle does not work in my films, then I will be in a big loss." Kelly threatens Matthew by telling him to stay away from Danielle or it will not be good for him. On the other hand, Tim and Eli tease a porn star, which causes them to go on the run. Here Matthew's words touch Danielle's heart. The next day, Matthew is sitting in his room depressed when Danielle suddenly approaches him and the two decide to start their relationship back. But all this infuriates Kelly, and in a fit of rage, he picks up Matthew from the school. takes him to a secluded place and starts beating him. After beating Matthew a lot, he calms down and gives him pain medicine, but the medicine was actually drugs. But Matthew didn't know. Kelly tells him that I didn't mean to do this to you, but I was upset with your actions because I lost $30,000. After listening to Kelly, Matthew forgives him and requests him to take to school as soon as possible, because today is his very important day. Today he has to give a speech for his scholarship. If he is not able to prove in the speech that why he is deserving for the scholarship among all present there, then he will not get the scholarship and his dream of going to college will be shattered. Hearing this from Matthew, Kelly tells him that he will take him, but first he has to do one thing. He has to steal an award from Kelly's ex-partner Hugo's house, which Kelly deserves, as Hugo stole a lot of his ideas. So he stays where he is and Hugo goes to the top today. Matthew had no choice but to obey Kelly. Matthew prepares to commit a burglary and arrives at Hugo's house with Kelly. As Matthew goes to steal the award, Kelly calls the police and flees, leaving Matthew alone. Matthew comes to know about this, so he also runs away from there immediately, and calls Danielle and his friends after escaping from the police. Immediately after this, everyone comes there and picks him up. Matthew's condition begins to worsen and Danielle tells him that the painkillers Kelly gave him are actually drugs. Matthew panics when he hears this. As time passes, his condition starts becoming insane and in this condition he has to go to give the speech. But before giving the speech, Danielle takes care of him and makes him fit to give the speech. Matthew goes on stage and gives a very good speech so that all the people there stand up and start clapping for him. He didn't win the scholarship because his speech was emotional and motivational, but he won the hearts of the people but could not prove why he needed the scholarship the most. Matthew is heartbroken at not receiving the scholarship and is dealt another blow when the $25,000 he deposited for the Cambodian student Samnang goes missing from the bank. Only then does he learn from the bank that Kelly, posing as Matthew's student advisor, has fraudulently withdrawn all his money. As soon as the bank staff come to know that they have been defrauded, they ask Matthew to return all the money as soon as possible. Otherwise, he will be expelled from the school for fraud and may also be jailed. Matthew is horrified to hear from the staff and tells Danielle and his friends that Kelly has ruined his life. Danielle, Eli, and Tim encourage Matthew that they are all with him. Together they will figure something out. Now Danielle takes Matthew to Hugo to make a deal in which Matthew will return Hugo's stolen award to him, and he promises to make him a porn movie he's never seen. All they want in return is $25,000. Upon hearing Matthew's words, Hugo gives him the chance to teach Kelly a lesson. Danielle invites two of her porn star friends to make a porn film, and together they go to prom night at school. Eli takes the responsibility of shooting the entire film because he had a dream of becoming a director from the beginning, but he did not know that he would direct such a film today. These people do not work in that film themselves, but choose that spoiled boy Hunter and his friends. Hunter and his friends agree to this because there are so many big porn stars with him. Now they start making their film, and Matthew comes to know that they stopped the shoot because Hunter was not able to do a scene, but only then does Tim take responsibility and say that he will do this scene. Tim gets ready to do the scene where the porn star tells Tim that you are very cute, and he is very happy to hear this. They finish their work and head back, leaving the rest. Matthew and Danielle leave and have sex for the first time. The next morning Matthew gets a call from Eli and he says that someone has stolen the video cassette they made. Matthew is shocked to hear and tries to keep himself calm. Then he hears Kelly's voice and sees that Kelly is sitting with his principal and parents, holding a video cassette they made. After this, Matthew sits down with everyone. Here Kelly says that he has to talk to Matthew in private. Everyone leaves, leaving these two alone. Now Kelly threatens Matthew that he has found out that he is working with Hugo and demands half of the money earned from the video or else he will show the video he created to parents and the principal. After listening to Kelly, Matthew says that now it does not matter to me. If you want to show the video to everyone, then show it with flaunt. Kelly gets very angry after listening to Matthew and calls everyone and plays the video. Now the video turns out to be quite different than what Kelly thought it would be. Actually, they have made sex education videos instead of porn, watching which children can enjoy and learn something, so that they do not commit the mistakes they make while having sex. After watching this video, instead of being scolded, Matthew gets compliments from everyone, and within a few days, the video becomes the favorite of every school student. The profit would have been much more than he had thought, and after this success, Hugo makes Matthew his secret partner, due to which Matthew does not need a scholarship and gets enrolled in college. Along with this, Cambodian student Samnang had also come here for further studies. In the end, the question ends in Matthew's mind that what has he done in his life? Now he has a good life with Danielle, and with this the movie ends here. Friends, if you like this movie, then like and share the video and comment how you liked it. Also, subscribe to our channel Queen Recap and press the bell icon. We will meet in the next video. Until then, take care.